Edo State Police Command has arrested Joshua Osaigbovo in connection with the death of his girlfriend, Osato Festus Edogiaweria, whose body was discovered buried in a shallow grave near his residence in Iyanomon community, Ikpoba-Okha local government area. According to a statement on Monday by the command spokesperson Moses Iyanomon, the case began when Osato's mother reported her missing on April 25th at Aduwawa Police Division. The mother said her daughter had left home on April 20th with a friend and never returned. Following the report, the case was then transferred to the State Criminal Investigations Department, SCID. After weeks of investigation and technical tracking, Osaigbovo was arrested on June 18th. During interrogation, the suspect confessed to inviting Osato to his home on April 27th. The police statement read, an altercation broke out between them, during which she reportedly fell and hit her head on the ground, resulting in her death. Rather than report the incident, Osaigbovo allegedly placed her body in a wheelbarrow and buried her in a shallow grave a few meters from his home. On June 20th, he led police operatives to the burial site where her remains were exhumed under official procedures. Police say Osaigbovo will be charged in court upon conclusion of investigations. The case has sparked outrage and renewed calls for swift justice and better protection for women in intimate relationships. 1 minute someone is here, the next minute they are visiting their partner, the next minute they are being buried.
But then let us also tell ourselves some truths. Number one, this could just be an accident.
Why are you not calling for help?
Now, calm down, I'm coming. This could be an accident.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Right.
And knowing the country we are in, even if he calls for help right now, even if he says, okay, police, as long as the person is dead, do you understand me? Most times, nobody believes your side of the story because that person is not alive to talk for himself or herself.
So are you saying the better approach is this?
What I'm trying to say in essence is this. Girls, boys, if you are not married, stop going to go and stay in somebody's house that you are not married. And even if you go, avoid trouble. Because most times if you check altercation now, it may have been one quarrel or the other, and then probably she might even be the first person to slap or do something. Because at this point now, she's not alive. We're just here now thinking what could have been the problem. Right. What could have resulted to this. But you see, and then secondly too, everybody please, go and do anger management. Everybody, everyone. Because you see, most times, there's something my pastor will always say. He will always tell you that quarrel does not start from what the first person did or said. Quarrel starts from the reply of the second person. Because I can tell you are mad, you're stupid. It takes one person, it takes two people to quarrel. One person cannot quarrel alone, it's not possible. So for me, if we can also all deal with anger, come to that point where you can easily, it doesn't matter how angry you are, we don't talk with our hands. I keep saying it. Talk with the mouth. It's not mouth that the person is going to talk to you. You want to talk back with the mouth. Why must you raise hand? You see, because sometimes you don't know how fragile people are. Some people may look so healthy, but you don't know what the challenge is. Even if the person is healthy, even maybe one push, and you maybe just trying to push the person back, and then in pushing that person back, the person sleeps, and then you don't know where the person is going to hit the head. The person can hit the head on the tile, and that's it. Can hit the head maybe at the sharp, the edge of your seat, of the furniture of the table or something, and the head is open, and that's it. So you never can tell. So that's why I always tell people, please, for those of you that would like to sleep over and all that, if you are sleeping over, respect yourself. Don't find trouble. If you must. But for me, I would say, let's stop this. If you are not married, for crying out loud, stay in your house.
No, you said something very, 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 very ideal and important during your analysis. You talked about how, if in most cases when someone reports that, oh, this happened, he would probably not have been believed.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you think we have that sort of system? Do you think if we had like a system where, autopsy and all of those things are taken rather seriously, people would be able to come out and say, oh, she fell, and even when she's checked, there is no crime committed. The person is being let to go. Yeah. Other than a system where you'd be awaiting trial or be put in prison while the case is ongoing for so long without getting any judgment. What do you think can be done so that people will be more, more forthcoming with the truth to say, oh, I was just passing by and I saw this man on the floor, instead of running away from, trying to be...
I'm just going to say two things now.
Okay.
I have two scenarios.
Okay.
One is currently ongoing, and one, the guy is already late. Now, this was a medical student, final year medical student, dating this girl, and told them we're planning to get married.
Okay.
Both of them are good Christians. And then just that, the family of the girl said over their dead body, will their daughter marry this guy because of the guy's tribe?
Okay.
But the girl insisted, I love him and I'm going to marry him. Now, this girl visited, you know, and this girl is asthmatic. It happened that she visited this guy, and in the course of their stay and all that, this girl, asthmatic, whatever, started. Now, it happened that her inhaler had finished. She didn't know. Maybe the last puff was the last one, and she didn't know before she came. Now, when this crisis started, this guy as a doctor tried stabilizing her. Before he could go downstairs or whatever to go get an inhaler to come back, this girl is dead. Now, neighbors were aware of this one, because when it happened before the girl died, the guy had already called for help. People were fanning, trying to rush the girl to the hospital, and in all that, the girl died. Now, watch this. The guy was the one that called the parents. The guy even reported to a police station. But because the parents were influential, they had money, and then they've been telling you can't marry our daughter, what did they do? The first thing they did was to make sure that that case was moved from Lagos. How did I meet this guy? I met him in the prison when I went for prison visitation in Abia State. They made sure that the matter was moved out from Lagos to another state, and this guy was awaiting trial. As of the time I met him, 8 years awaiting trial.
Wow.
He said that, and the guy was so much a good Christian that even while he was in there, he became a pastor in there because he was born again. He didn't commit the crime. He must have become like the pastor. In fact, he got to a point that even the warders then trusted this guy so much that they allow him go out to buy stuff and come in. When there is any emergency in the prison, he's like the doctor that they have. When we're talking, he said that was the issue. Now, and I said, okay, now, what if our church, our organization finds a way to get to a case? He said he has tried. Several organizations have tried to help, but the case file cannot even be found. So in other words, the parents made sure that this guy rots in jail. But it was a pity that when I could try to find solution, a year after I talked to a few lawyer friends, they said that's not a problem, that they can go as far as going to Lagos to find. We're ready to. But by the time we came, we found out that the guy was dead. He actually hung himself. He got to a point that he felt like there was no need any longer.
Wow. He
hung himself and died. So now, that kind of a person now, somebody hearing this story, even if it was the one that the person was an accident, will you want to go? He reported to the police. Neighbors were there to bear witness that yes, he didn't kill this girl. This was just a health crisis. But because the parents were so angry, they've hated this guy they made sure that the guy was in jail. So if the judicial system, another one was another guy. Now he was accused of rape, and he never did so. Now, this one was that even this guy was dating their daughter. This was two adults that were, you understand me,
right,
that were willing to, the father and the mother told this young man, out. We don't want this relationship going on. Before they knew, they accused the boy of rape. And then one thing led to another. The lawyer, one of my lawyer friends that were in charge doing something, when he was talking, he said that the father is an honorable. And the father called and said they should keep him there. Now, when you look at all these things in our judicial system, the judge that kept this guy there knows the law.
All right.
You see, so if our judicial system can wake up again, can come to that point where their logo, that woman that is blind, in other words, I don't see you, whether you're a billionaire, whether you're a poor man, whether you are a middle class, I don't see you. All I'm looking at is to do the right thing. If our law, if the judicial system can come back to that point where it does not respect you, it only respects the rule of law, then people can be able to come out freely on this.
Right.
You understand me?
Right.
But the way it is right now, the moment you come now and report yourself to the police that see, oh, we're fighting, oh, I blow him, the guy fought, die, oh, police can understand with you. Police can come, talk to the people around and they find out it's true, number one. And the problem is also our police system. The moment they see that kind of matter, they don't see money.
Right.
They go arrest you first, keep. Maybe if one or two people won't come talk, say, he's innocent, they arrest and keep, because you go bail on yourself. That's more money for them. You understand me? So the system is even messed up. Then now when the family of the person now comes, they will now want you to repay for killing their child. They won't even hear the story. They don't want to know what happened. They don't want to know, our child is dead. They can't forgive you. So they want you to suffer. So when you look at all these things, you can go to any length to say that you suffer for it. So when you look at all these things, number one, the police system, number two, our judicial system, if these two systems can work well, like they should work, like they say the police is your friend, then people can be able to come out and talk these kind of things, knowing that the correct investigation will be made. It does not matter who is rich or poor, that the law will take suit. Then people can come out.